Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and another special ranking video. And tonight, I will be ranking all 5 of the Death Wish films. Now, much like the Dirty Harry series, I don't think there's really a bad film in this series. Unless you're counting the remake, which I'm not. I'm not counting that Bruce Willis remake. So, let's get started on this list. Coming in at number 5 is Death Wish 4, The Crackdown, released in 1987, directed by J. Lee Thompson. Now, it pains me to rank this one this low because I love J. Lee Thompson as a director. But the love interest of Kay Lentz being this reporter is not fully utilized properly in this film, I don't think. And by the end of the film, they end up having the main villain, John P. Ryan, playing this fake version of this Nathan White guy, end up killing her. And it was a real bad missed opportunity here because John P. Ryan is a good actor, but they made him play him so over the top, and the stupid plot point of him being this big drug man, and he tricks Kersey into going after these drug dealers that he's got as his competition. It didn't make sense for Kersey to be so stupid to do that, because the Kersey that I know would have went to Kay Lentz, since she is a reporter, and he would have immediately after that first meeting with this Nathan White guy, he would have immediately had her check up on him. Then she would have come back with a picture of the guy. He would realize, this is not the guy that I met. Who is this guy? And he wouldn't have a picture of the guy, so he could set up and have Kay Lentz go with him to this meeting. He could lure him outside under the assumption of it's stuffy inside this old mansion. You know, let's discuss this outside. And then when they go outside, Kay Lentz could take pictures of this guy, and he could realize who this fake Nathan White was, and then he'd know that he was trying to get him to kill his rivals. Now, that would have been a much better plot for me. But them making Kersey look like an idiot at the beginning of it and just immediately just saying, okay, yeah, I'll go out and take out all these people that you're talking about, you know, it didn't ring true for me. But, I mean, that's the worst villain, though, unfortunately, and that is the reason that it's the bottom of this list. Alright, so let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is Death Wish, released in 1974, directed by Michael Winner. And I know, you're probably saying, what the hell are you doing putting the original classic film near the bottom of your list? Well, this film, it is really hard to watch in those moments where Jeff Goldblum and his 2 little dipshit street punk buddies rape Kersey's daughter and kill his wife. And there's no payoff from that. It was bad enough watching that, but knowing that those little shits get away with it. Kersey goes on to become a vigilante, and yet he never finds out who the people were that were responsible for the death of his wife and this abuse of his daughter. No, I don't like that. And that's why it ranks lower on this list. Now, I do like Vincent Gardenia's character of Detective Frank Okoye. I really loved his scenes where he's pursuing Kersey. It would have been really great if that pursuit would have been going after and killing these three idiots that were responsible for the death of his wife. Such a missed opportunity. Alright, so let's move on to number 3, which is Death Wish 5, The Face of Death. Released in 1994, directed by Alan A. Goldstein. Now, this one is the most weakly directed of the franchise, I will admit. But it doesn't have anything egregious as far as big rape things like happens in Michael Winner's films. And yes, it does go through that stupid same bullshit of killing the love interest, Leslie Ann Down. But at least it does kind of fit in to the story with Michael Park's character being this, and he is, in my opinion, he is an over-the-top villain like John P. Ryan was, but he's over the top in the right way, and it fits the plot. So Michael Parks is what makes this movie rank higher than the other two, in my opinion. His performance in this is excellent. So even though I hate the fact that Leslie Ann Down is killed in this movie, at least her daughter walks off into the sunset with Kersey at the end. And I will get to something that I connect that to when I get to later on this list. So, let's move on to number 2. My number 2 is Death Wish 3, released in 1985, directed again by Michael Winner. Now this one, it turned it into more of an action film, and Ed Lauter is really incredible as this detective character. Had they not been stupid and killed off Vincent Gardenia's character in the second film, this could have been him in this film, and it probably would have brought this one up higher on this list. And another thing that would have brought this one up higher on this list would have been the unnecessary killing of Deborah Raffin's character. I mean, it is just, there is no point in consistently killing Kersey's love interests. You know, I just got sick of seeing it. So Ed Lauter is excellent in this. He brings it up, and of course, Martin Balsam as Kersey's friend, and of course, Charles Bronson is. I mean, he's excellent in every one of these films. So, and this was one of his cooler performances as the character. Only rivaled by one film. And that brings us to my number 1, which is Death Wish 2, released in 1982, directed by Michael Winner once again. Now this one, yes, it does have another horrible rape sequence in it, in which Michael Winner, again, I don't know what his obsession was with rape in his films, but he has Kersey's daughter be kidnapped and taken away and continuously raped until she finally just kills herself. But unlike the original 1974 film, this one does actually allow Kersey to know exactly who these people are and pursue all 5 of those little bastards, killing them one by one. And that is satisfying. That is what makes 2 the most satisfying to me out of all of the Death Wish films. And another thing that makes it satisfying, of course, is Jill Ireland is his girlfriend in this, and she is not killed. She survives the film. Unfortunately, as I said before, Vincent Gardenia is killed in this, which was a mistake. But I don't think it really hurts the film so bad that it knocks it down my rankings on this list. So, in my opinion, after this film, and after part 5, Kersey took the daughter of Leslie Ann Down and got back together with Jill Ireland's girlfriend character, and they rode off into the sunset together. That's how I envision Kersey ending his time, since there were no more movies with this character. So, that is my ranking of all 5 of the Death Wish movies. What do you think? Do you agree with my rankings? Do you disagree? Let me know what your rankings of these films are.
And as usual, if you enjoyed this ranking, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. If you missed last week's ranking video, check out the link above. And if you missed any of our other ranking videos, check out this playlist and get caught up.